Oh shit, I just spit on the fucking thing. Alright, y'all. So we can react to the truth about the tiny rascals. Let's get to it on Hood.
Taking your generic multivitamin.
I don't take generic multivitamins. I smoke weed, bitch. Get off my computer, hoe.
Nigga play around. All this funeral, I wish you would come. I'ma up this bitch, is why he died. I bet you would run. Any nigga playing that's on the game, bring back the wood, huh? Nigga playing around, I got these niggas in my pump, yeah. I been around, and yeah, he homie got me slumped, yeah. That nigga be gas, yeah, you know, and he be zotty, yeah. Filled him up with 223s all up in his body, yeah.
Tiny Rascals have been based out of Long Beach, California since the 1980s and have since spread all throughout the United States. The Rascals are known to be one of the largest Asian gangs, and let's be honest, you can't bring up the Asian boys without bringing up the Tiny Rascals. I told y'all I see all the comments, so I already knew what time it was.
He already knew what time it was. Without further ado, my boy don't be playing no games on the crib. You know
in 1979, the United States began admitting Cambodian refugees who were escaping Cambodia due to the mass killings caused by Pol Pot. These massacres were truly horrendous because they emptied out entire cities and forced them into labor camps where they were then executed in mass. And if you didn't get executed, you were most likely going to die from inhumane living conditions anyway. From 1979 to 1991, approximately 150,000 Cambodians were admitted into the United States. Most of these refugees landed in states like New York, Virginia, and California, but that's only naming a few. Upon arrival, refugee children were ridiculed and bullied. There was high tension between the Latinos and the Cambodians in Long Beach. Cambodians were often robbed, extorted, beat up, and all kinds of shit by the local Latino gangs. And thus, the Tiny Rascals were born. The Rascals identified themselves with the color gray. Hence, you will see a lot of members sporting all black with the gray rag. Oftentimes, you'll see them throwing up the R for Rascals as well. The Rascals' main enemies were the Eastside Longos. And believe me, these two gangs have a violent history. The Longos are a Sureño gang that have been around since the 1960s and are huge in the harbor area. Perhaps you guys will see a video on them in the future. In 1989, 5 members of the Tiny Rascals were patrolling the streets of Long Beach. The members spotted a gang member who they knew belonged to the Longos and proceeded to kill him on sight. The victim was 16 years old. The Longos responded by killing several TRG members, and this sparked the fuse, causing an all-out gang war in the streets of Long Beach. It is estimated that over 100 lives were lost between the two gangs. Racial tension is still a real thing in Long Beach, and that's one of the reasons why I stayed my ass away. You feel me? I did not need any of that smoke. The Longos have 3 main subsets: East Side, North Side, and West Side. Generally, the East and West didn't really get along. But during the height of the war between the Tiny Rascals and the Longos, the East and West Side called the troops in order to deal with the Rascals. Other notable enemies of the Rascals were the Asian Boys. And if you guys haven't seen it yet, I did a video on them already, so go check it out. Asian Boys was created due to internal conflict within TRG, so it's not uncommon for families to have members from both Asian Boys and Tiny Rascals. And of course, you can't bring up the Tiny Rascals without bringing up Run Chun. And I honestly didn't know about this guy. My sister just mentioned it to me, so I'm gonna put her comment right here. You feel me? Gotta give credit where it's due.
We got to. Hey, what you know about that? What you know about that? What you know about that? What you know about that?
RC was a high-ranking member of the Tiny Rascals gang who was active during the 1990s. He's currently sitting on death row because of a home invasion that ultimately took the lives of 2 people. RC has a total of 11 confirmed bodies, 7 of which happened in other home invasion murder situations. He has been on death row for 21 years and 5 months now.
Damn.
Home invasions were a popular lick, and if you don't know what a lick is, it's basically a quick bag.
Yeah, quick bag to get.
Pay out really fast.
Nigga, like 3,000, my nigga. Like a couple hundred, my nigga. Like a couple ounces, my nigga.
The Tiny Rascals were very well versed in the art of home invasion. They would almost always target other Asian families, and if I'm not mistaken, one of the reasons why is because the Asians back in the day had a distrust for the police, and
so they didn't really snitch like that.
Call the cops after these things happened. But somebody's gonna have to fact check me on that one. And of course, back in my day, I used to hit links.
I heard the same
If you
shit.
guys haven't seen the video of how I caught my residential burglary charge, I'm going to put the card right up here. Out here in the West, we call burglarizing flocking. And it's a whole nother thing when you're running up into someone's shit, when you know they're home with guns, and you're using violence and force to take the shit.
Yeah.
It's a completely different story when you sneak in and steal stuff, you feel me? Home invasions is a whole nother thing. It's a whole new ballgame. That shit is some violent crimes. The Rascals are so respectable. Despite not having the most numbers compared to others, they still hold their territory to this very day. A lot of the OGs from Long Beach have actually been deported as well because of their immigration status as refugees. As a result, the Tiny Rascals has a presence back in Cambodia as well. In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, I feel like, especially in times like these, the Asian community should be focused on sticking together and having each other's back instead of killing each other, you feel me? But anyways, let's have a discussion about this. Smash that like button. And you know, more's just about to come. If you want me to cover something in specific, leave it in the comment section. Pretty good chance it will get covered. But until next time, I'll be seeing you guys later. Peace.
Video. See y'all next time. See safe. Gang. Y'all know how we crippin' on hood. You know how we moving on hood. Hey, see y'all next time. See safe. Back on hood. Oh, hood.